everyone, and welcome to Mind Power Monday. I hope you're having a great Monday so far. In BC, it is pouring rain, or I should say in Pitt Meadows, because probably not in all of BC. It could be sunny in other places. In Pitt Meadows, it is a pouring rainy day, so happy to be inside. I did walk my dog and got nice and soaked, but now I'm nice and dry and with you all. Good morning, everyone. I'm Melanie Robinson, and we are here for another week of Mind Power Monday. I'm a real estate investor, just like the rest of you, done lots of different strategies over the years. We've built a few places, bought foreclosures, good morning, done lots of flips, and currently we're just completing a BRRRR in Abbotsford, which is very exciting. Hopefully we'll have it tenanted for July 1st. We're also working on building a fourplex over in Nanaimo, and I went and saw a really neat property yesterday, 4.5 acres riverfront with floating homes and some cottages. So stay tuned on that one. Working on that one right now. Anyhow, that is me as a real estate investor. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, look at those heart showers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So why am I, a real estate investor, sharing Mind Power Monday with you? I'm sharing with you because I have a passion, obviously, for helping people and making a difference in having your life be more enjoyable while you create incredible success. So we have a family business. My background, my mom's a trainer of NLP. I'm a master practitioner of NLP. That's a study of the mind, how the mind works, the strategies that people run, and helping people get rid of those things that might be stopping you from achieving that level of success that you're wanting to achieve. And then for me, more personally, it is about enjoying things while you're creating that success. So it's one thing to create the success. It's another thing to enjoy your life and to feel good while you're doing it and be aligned and super clear and all of that stuff. So that is why I come to you with Mind Power Mondays. Super grateful to be able to be sharing with you as fellow investors as we all make our way through these crazy times. And even when it's not crazy, we can learn and grow together. So, hi everyone. So what I wanted to talk to you today about is flexibility. Really, again, I always, as Monday approaches, I kind of tune in and try to figure out how can I best support you all and what are we all going through and what can I do to share with you and make it a little bit easier. So flexibility came to mind. We do have a product. My mom created a product called the 10 Principles of Excellence, and this is one of the 10 principles. It's flexibility brings power, and so that's what I wanted to chat with you about today, because I think especially, I think it's always super important. Good morning, everyone. I always think it's super important, but right now with this world and all the changes that are constantly happening, I think flexibility is more important now than ever before. So what do I mean by flexibility? What I was, thinking about this morning, how could I explain this to you? Because one of the things I want to be sure of is within flexibility, I'm not saying get walked on, be willing to change no matter what, based on what other people are wanting or what's going on. This is about having a solid foundation yourself, being deeply rooted in your values, in your goals, in all that you want to achieve in life, but then having the flexibility on how you're going to achieve that. So I was thinking about my favorite tree. Oh gosh, I love them so much, is the weeping willow. I love weeping willows. And when you think about them, they have this solid base that are deeply rooted. They're deeply rooted looking for water. But this solid base that stands firm no matter what. And then you have all of the weeping branches that as the wind blows, they're blowing in the wind while the tree is standing rooted. So when I talk about flexibility, I want you to envision that. I want you to envision that you are standing strong in your values, in your beliefs, in who you are as a person, in what it is that you want to achieve in life, in all of those things. You are standing strong like that base, but you also are willing to be the leaves in that as life happens, as the government changes, regulations, and CMHC makes this announcement, and interest rates change, and recommendations on what strategy you should be doing change, and all of these things are changing. Governments and COVID and all sorts of different things changing all the time that we don't have control over. I want you to imagine that you are those leaves, and as those things happen, you are strongly rooted, but you will have the flexibility to change and shift and be open while making your decisions moving forward. So as we know, everything in life is about relationships. So there's kind of two aspects of flexibility that I wanted to chat with you about today. One is relationships, because relationships are everything. They're everything personally and they're everything professionally. We can't do anything in life without building relationships. And you know what it's like. I'm sure we've all had the experience when someone is trying to control us or control the outcome. And we're in a position where we are, they're in a leadership role. How does it feel when we're, I'm going to say, being controlled? None of us can truly be controlled, but for lack of going into a whole nother topic, how does that feel? When somebody's trying to control us, when somebody's trying to control the situation, when somebody's holding on so tight, we kind of have no option other than to hold on tight in our position. And so what that does is that creates a friction, and it doesn't allow us for movement forward. So that doesn't feel good on the receiving end. And I think we can all agree that we don't want to be that person on the other end. We're all in leadership roles. We're in leadership roles in our family. We're in leadership roles in our career, in the real estate investment world. I mean, all of you are here on this page because clearly you have an interest in being a leader and in achieving things that not everybody on this planet strives to achieve. So you're in a leadership role. That means you are building relationships. And in those relationships, again, this isn't about giving up on who you are and following everybody else. You want to be rooted into what it is that you want, but have the flexibility in how you might achieve that. And if other people have ideas, being flexible, open, listening. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't work for you. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that this is always a yes. But you want to really be asking yourself, and I'm going to say this a few times over today, because over this next week, I'd really like you to be paying attention to, where is it that you maybe aren't as flexible as you could be? I notice even in parenting. I mean, I think in parenting, teenagers, it's a huge part of parenting if I want to build that relationship. So yes, I'm the authority. I'm the parent. My kids have to do what I'm asking them to do. But there is an aspect of it that I'm willing to listen to them. I'm willing to hear what they have to say if they don't agree with what it is that I'm doing. And I'm willing to potentially be flexible. The answer may still be no, because I'm deeply rooted and I know what's important and I know what I want to teach them. But maybe I'm holding tight to something that I don't need to be holding tight on. And I'm just sort of damaging that relationship rather than being flexible and open. I kind of think of it too as, if you were holding a little bird or a butterfly, it's like you want to hold on to it, but you can't squish it. You need to be able to hold on, but hold on lightly so that you're open. Because when you're talking about, and this is the next thing I wanted to discuss, is achieving our goals. So we all have goals. Sorry, I have to smile because sometimes when you guys are doing the loves, an angry face goes up, and I know that I'm hoping, I choose to believe that it's by accident, but it makes me smile as a mad face comes up over my screen. Anyhow, that's a little random thing. So one is relationships, and the other is with regards to achieving your outcomes. So this is a really super important one, because we have our goals, we have our outcomes, but if we hold on so tight to exactly how that's going to happen, and we map it out so clearly, and we hold on so tightly to that as the world changes, as situations and circumstances change, we still stay focused in the same way, but with this, again, inflexibility. So focus is really good. Clarity is really good. Having goals is really good. But you need to have flexibility in how you're going to get there. Because if you stay so focused on, this is how I'm doing it, this is how I'm doing it, this is how I'm doing it, maybe there's an easier opportunity over here and you can't even see it because you are so laser focused this way, standing so rigid and strong. And it might take you 10 times longer to get there and go through a ton more pain to get there than if you had just been open and flexible to what was sitting right over here that you could have grabbed onto. So I'm a firm believer that we have goals and we have an outcome and we hold on to that. And as you've heard me say a million times, you visualize it. And it's about the feeling at the end of having achieved it. So you visualize it and you imagine how amazing it feels. And you can feel it in every cell of your body as though it's happening now. And you feel lit up now so that you take action. But it doesn't matter to me truly how I get there, what path I take, because that could change depending on what opportunities come. Sorry, I love the mad faces. They make me smile. It doesn't matter to me how I get there if I'm achieving that outcome. So that outcome of being able to be with my family and travel and explore life and create memories and have the freedom and all of that, that's a feeling for me. So that doesn't matter whether I had, 13 joint venture partners on 17 properties in the next 2 years, or if some other incredible opportunity came to me, like the one that I went and explored yesterday, that I would never be able to dream up in my own world, but it's an opportunity that presented itself. And so I'm going to explore it and it'll help me achieve my outcome way down the road. It just doesn't look like what I thought it might look like. And so when we're talking about outcomes, we're talking about little things. So if you have this isn't a little thing, but if you have a strategy and you've been, let's say, doing flips and the market changes and now flips don't make sense, you need to be flexible in order to change the strategy. If you've been building a relationship with a potential joint venture partner and all of a sudden you're noticing things and it doesn't feel aligned, then you need to be flexible in order to change that, to be able to look for other options. Because if you hold on so tight to that, even though you know it's not working because you said you were going to get this property by September, I promise you there will be problems, there will be damaged relationships, and it will be a lot harder than it needs to be. So this is not about letting go of your goals. And this is not about, just letting people walk on you. Again, I really, really encourage you to imagine that weeping willow. A palm tree is another great example. Same thing. The palms blow in the wind on those tropical storms, but that base is standing tall. Flexibility will bring you peace. Flexibility will allow you to look for solutions. Flexibility, when a challenge comes your way, allows you to think, okay, so how can I make this work? Because if you're holding so tight to the way you want it to be and you're trying to control that situation, you are going to miss opportunities. You are going to create a really stressful situation for yourself, and you are very likely going to damage relationships in the process. Maybe you'll win. Maybe you'll win what you want. But in damaging relationships and in feeling, sort of being in a position of fight and control, that isn't going to allow you to be the leader you want to be. That isn't going to allow you to achieve the results that you want to achieve. So there are many, many different ways to achieve our goals, and we want to be flexible in the way we achieve it. So here's my question to you, and I want you to think about your relationships, your personal relationships with your children, with your family, with your partner, spouse. I want you to think about your business relationships. I want you to think about your goals, your aspirations, your dreams. And I want to ask you, what area could you be more flexible? Where could you create more ease in your life and potentially open yourself up to way more possibility than you ever even dreamed? None of us are perfect. We all have, I watched that Unsinkable movie, and John Assaraf talked about every human being has challenges in their life or in an area of their life. Everyone. All of us. It doesn't matter how evolved we are, how much personal development we do, how much reading of books we do, and webinars we take, and certifications we have. We're human. That's the human experience. So as I share these Mind Power Mondays with you, I really encourage you to be honest within yourself. You don't have to talk to anybody about this, but be honest within yourself and really question. Take these Mondays as an opportunity to look at all the different areas of your life, all the different things that you want to achieve in real estate investing and personally, because it's all your life ultimately. And I encourage you to really dig deep and look and think, where in my life can I apply this? So today it's, where in your life maybe are you not quite as flexible as you could be? Are there relationships in the past that maybe got damaged because you held on so tight to something and you wanted to be in control that it was more important to you to be right than to build that relationship? Are you, when you're looking at your real estate investing, the strategies that you're looking at, the number of properties, the goals, all of that, are you holding on so tight that you're limiting yourself or taking the joy away? I know that a lot of people are home or have been home with their kids and feeling this, lack of accomplishment because they're busy raising their kids instead of focusing on real estate investing. That's called flexibility, people. That's your family. So if you're beating yourself up about something like that, how about you look at it like you're being flexible? You're being those willow leaves, branches, and you're being flexible with what life has thrown. Maybe there's a property that you've been looking at and crunching the numbers and trying to make it work, and it's not working, but you're holding on so tight because you set a goal and you're holding on so tight. Maybe that's where you can have some flexibility. Maybe it's in your relationship. Maybe it's in your parenting. It doesn't matter to me where it is. My desire for you is, I know that in order to get to the end of your life, and I don't think I've shared this here on Mind Power Monday, but it's a huge thing for me. I always think about the end of my life, sort of laying on my deathbed and looking back. And do I feel good about the choices that I made? Your life is you. That is your personal relationships. That is your business relationships. That is your real estate goals. That is all of your dreams and desires. And it's all one thing. It's you. Wherever you go, there you are. You can't escape from you. So these Mind Power Mondays, I want to help you harness your mind. I want you to recognize the power that you do have in all of these different scenarios and topics that I share. And I want you to really dig deep and look at where in your life might this apply, and how can you utilize what I've shared to create the life and the success that you want. So today, it's about flexibility. Where can you be more flexible? Where are you holding tight and trying to control something? Where are you, squishing that bird or butterfly instead of holding it nice and gently? And then really look at that this week, because I promise you it will change your life. It will change your experience, and it will change your success. As everybody has said, there are many opportunities to come in investing moving forward. Many opportunities we couldn't even dream up. So we want to learn these skills. We want to master ourselves so that as these opportunities come forward, when we're building relationships with joint venture partners, when we're raising capital to do this big thing that we didn't ever even dream we might be taking on, when we are looking at acquiring those doors, all of these things that we are going to be doing, because action is going to be taken soon, guys. Things are going to be changing. We're going to be able to help other people out of their binds, and we're going to be able to build our business and create opportunities for joint venture partners. Everything comes down to you building these skills, being super honest with yourself, noticing those little gaps, and taking the opportunity to improve them. So let's do it together. I'm looking at myself all the time too. Where can I grow? How can I get better? I want to live a successful life. I want to acquire those properties. I want my 17 joint venture partners. I want to raise capital. I want to make a difference. There's all these things I want to do. But if I don't focus on me, if I don't figure out what's stopping me, if I don't figure out what is going on in here that might be limiting me, I'm never going to achieve those things. So let's do this together. Another Mind Power Monday. This week, really look at, are you being flexible? And in what area could you maybe learn to be a little bit more flexible so that you can achieve everything you want to achieve with as much ease as possible? When things change, the government changes things, when something like COVID happens, when things that we can't control happen, we know we have what we need within us in order to do what it takes. And that's what we're all here to do. So there you are. I think that's all for Mind Power Monday. I hope that something in that was helpful. I hope you're able to really look at that over the next week. I'd love for you guys to share with me your feedback. Even if you want to private message me, I mean, I get fueled by truly doing this to make a difference. I don't want to just do this to be able to, spew out information. I really want to help you guys. I really want to inspire you. And I also want to help you dig deep so that you can create the life that you want to create and build that success in relationships and in business. So please share with me. And we will see you next Monday. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye.